What's good, YouTube? Reese Rich here. Welcome back to another episode of Custom Creations, where I give breakdowns of custom figures. And the custom figure that I'm giving a breakdown of today is my custom Batwoman. Now, this is kind of a special episode of Custom Creations because this is actually the first custom figure I ever did. So, for a little backstory, at the point of making this, I'd actually been researching making customs for maybe like a month and a half prior to actually doing this. And I was just sitting around thinking, and actually someone came up with me with the idea of, hey, how would this look as a Batwoman? So I got to thinking, this actually originally the Batwoman Beyond, that's the base figure. So what I did was, I popped off the head, which I thought I could use for something else. Like, put that to the side, took apart the body, seeing what combinations I could use. I eventually settled just to pop out the Batwoman Beyond wings, take the base body. The head on here is actually the Art of the Crime Batgirl head. Put that on there, and then I got the painting. The paint job was easy because none of it goes over points of articulation besides the toes, which I don't really use toe articulation for my figures that much anyway, so I was fine with leaving them like that. As I said, this is my first custom, so if you can see, a little bit of first attempts on thinning paints and applying them to the body, a little chipping. I actually want to do another version of this, but obviously, since I've been doing this for 8 months now, it'll obviously be way better. Also, I've changed up the way I seal figures so that they still, because this figure is sealed with Mr. Super Clear, while I mostly now use Mod Podge. I actually just acquired some gloss Mod Podge for cheap at Dollar Tree. You can get these small little bottles for $1 each, and they work really well. I've been using one bottle of matte Mod Podge for maybe like 2 months now. I don't even think I'm halfway through the bottle. That's how well it works. I find it to be stronger than spray sealer because I can actually pop parts back together that are painted all the way and not have paint chip off unless it's like really hard or really hot, a lot of heat applied to the figure. But love how this figure came out. Got the cape from eBay. Really like how it came out. The head, like I said, Art of Crime Batgirl. This is my first time actually ever painting on a face, so I feel it came out decently, but you can also might be able to see the specs. But I really like how it came out. Did the ears, have them going through the hair. The hair isn't all the way bright red. It has some black mixed in there too for toning. As you can see, boots all the way up red. I actually thought about painting the straps on the gauntlets or just going all the way around and ignoring the lines. But what I did was I kept the straps on the gauntlets black and then just painted the gauntlets and fins part red. I like how that came out because I figure this is a custom, so it's going to be how it might as well be how I want. The belt, just normal Batwoman Beyond diaper piece. Paints over red. That was actually the trickiest part because at this point, like I said, this is my first one. I did not have access or knowledge about primer, so I just had to go over the belt repeatedly with thinned out red Vallejo acrylic just to get it straight. But yeah, that's it for the overall backstory of the figure. Now, give me a second and we'll talk some more about what went into it. Alright, so as for what went into it, I explained some of it already, but before I show you the paints and sprays, let's go top down from the body. So, the head, like I said, Art of the Crime Batgirl. All I had to do was go in, kind of mark a line under the nose where to start applying the black mask, and then just follow that line along the face and everything under the hair. Fill it all in black, then go in with a toothpick and paint the eyes. I really like how the eyes came out. They came out in the appropriate size and location on the face, not too big and not too small. like I said, the hair, it's not just all red. It's red with like a black wash in it, so it keeps a little, not texture but definition. And you can see the ears all black throughout the hair, showing the mask. Then you have the cape. It's actually a wire cape, really good wire. I found it off of eBay. I can't remember the seller's name right now, but if you go on eBay and search McFarlane Batwoman cape, this will be one of the first options that pops up. It's really good because you don't have to, in this version of the cape, you don't have to super glue anything. It has a peg. It has a peg, not peg, but it has a cutout that you can fit it around the neck. Really good cape. Also, as you can see, the head for this figure, the head for the Are the Crime Batgirl figure and this Batwoman Beyond figure aren't the same size. So what I did, and what a lot of people do, is you use Loctite blue sticky tack, as it can hold the head. Or what I did was put the ball peg back in the head, and then put the Loctite in the neck. So when you put it back, it retains articulation and stays without you having to do anything too drastic. Body from down, it's just regular Batwoman Beyond body. Really great figure. A lot of custom potential there, especially for the Batwoman Beyond head. Now, as for paints and everything that went into her, like I said, just mostly simple Vallejo red and simple Vallejo black. Like I said, this was my first painting job, so just getting used to these paints, thinning and everything. Really love how it came out. As you can see, the red on the figure is, especially compared to the chest symbol, is a little dull. That's because I used Mr. Super Clear Matte. Really fantastic spray, but I don't like, it works well for a lot of people, but for me, the problem I had was, maybe it's because I get too impatient and apply too much force, but whenever you try to, and you might be able to relate to this too, whenever you try to actually put a figure back together, the sealer will chip off, causing the paint to chip too. I think that's what happened some here on this arm, the gauntlet. But what I switched to recently is using Mod Podge, and it's really good, really strong compared to the Mr. Super Clear. It goes on flat, but it also gives a teeny bit of like little light reflection off the figure, which I like for most of my figures. I don't like them just be bland, like you can't see the sealer at all, so I like that. And I recently got, like I said, gloss Mod Podge, which I figure would work for customs like this very well, because the the Mr. Super Clear actually took away any shine the black on this body had. So what you could do, if you have like the base Batwoman Beyond or any figure that has a glossy type plastic on it, is instead of using like Mr. Super Clear, which just gets rid of it all, you can use Mod Podge, just matte or gloss, to attack it in spots. So if you want to dull out the black or any glossy part like the symbol, just use the matte Mod Podge. They have a little glare, but also take it down a bit. Or, which I think I might do because I want, like I said, I want to attempt another version of this updated with my 8 months of skills learned. What I might actually do is copy the same concepts, but obviously with primer and better painting techniques, and then use this Mod Podge gloss to have the red really be vibrant and shine when you look at it and the light bounces off it. So that's everything for what backstory and what went into this figure, painting and parts wise. Now let's get to the fun part, which is figure comparisons. Now first here we have my custom Katherine Kane Batwoman next to Three Jokers Batgirl. As you can see, Three Jokers Batgirl doesn't have a normal head. That's because her head went to my custom Earth 11 Batwoman. And this head is from the Marvel Legends most recent Black Widow. One of 3 heads. Really love how this head works on this body. I want to replace it with the just normal Three Jokers Batgirl head, but I've yet to find one for cheap, as I don't want to pay just like $20 retail price just to get the figure and take the head off. But love how these two scale next to each other and how their color works off each other. I was originally going to use this one body for the custom Batwoman, but I don't like how the belt works. But I might do it in the future anyway, since now I know how to paint and sand to keep paint and articulation at the same time. Next, for some red and black action, here we have her next to my custom Harley Quinn. These, funny enough, actually, this is my first custom, and this is my second custom. As you can see, back then only paints I really had were black and red, so that's what I just went with in my head when I was thinking of what can I do. Both of these were sealed with Mr. Super Clear, so they not as shiny as you or glossy as you think they'd normally be. These are my two main customs I actually want to go back and redo and compare. I love to do videos like that. Since like I said, now I know how to paint while retaining articulation for the most part. Really want to do that on her. I was thinking about just going back through her and taking her apart and doing it, but I think that'd be too much of a hassle. I think I want to start fresh with the original Birds of Prey figure. Anyway, here's Katherine Kane and Harley Quinn together. And with getting back to comparing the Bat family, here we have her with the most recent Nightwing from the Titans wave. Really love this figure. It is on the teen buck, so it's a little bit short, but obviously you can play around with that in your head depending on what age this version of Nightwing's supposed to be. And obviously he's with the Teen Titans, so they're supposed to be younger. I love these figures. He's actually with my Teen Titans setup instead of my Bat family setup. I have the red and black Nightwing from the New 52 Red Hood and Nightwing 2-packs sitting with my Bat family as he's taller. But I love to mix. But I'm fine with mix and matching either of the versions of Nightwing with whatever I need. And now for the most iconic comparison, here we have my custom Katherine Kane Batwoman next to my kit bashed Batman that stands with my Bat family. As you can see, he's really tall. I think this kit bash is even taller than, either as tall or taller than the Three Jokers Hush Batman body book. So what this is the Arkham City Batman with a simple kit bash swap of the Three Jokers Batman legs. I've seen people do this for a while, and I've been wanting to do it as long as I've seen it, so I figured why not? Found the figure, swapped them together. Really like how this came out. I did want to try to swap the Three Jokers arms onto this body, but the pegs weren't long enough. I think they did end up looking a little stubby, so I figured just keep it with the Arkham City arms for now. I really love this head too, how it has the long ears on the defined cowl with the wide eyes. But love how these two stand together, and love how they look together on my Bat family shelf. And here we have a loose mock-up of what my Bat family shelf looks like. I just didn't pull out my Red Hood or Damien to put on the comparisons table, but I feel these four are good together. As you can see, you can really see how the Batman with the extra long legs help him strike a figure in the back, so he's not overshadowed. Like I said, love how this custom came out. I eventually, probably if I can get my hands on this Batwoman Beyond figure again, we'll try to make another of her. But that's just down the line, and if it happens, it happens. But I believe that's all I have for this episode of Custom Creations. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.